Man, another one that I expected to be unwatchable that suddenly falls into the pleasantly surprised category.
No doubt. Look, I don't think I was as surprised as Dark Phoenix. The hottest take we have during this entire journey, I think, is that we both agree Dark Phoenix is maybe more enjoyable than First Class, which is beforehand. If we had said that, nobody would be listening right now because they just call that blasphemous. That is literally the dumbest thing you could say. I don't feel as passionate about this movie, but I remember watching it going, I can vibe with this. I think that's how we started. Like I can get down with an isolated story like this. I can get down with these tiny little chapters. In a lot of ways, it's what we're asking a lot of movies in this genre to do often. It's what we praise The Batman for. And this one surprised us. Now, I do remember feeling like the biggest con to this movie, which is not something we say almost ever, we almost never attack the acting. We almost always attack the writing. And there are writing issues in this film. But I remember feeling like the biggest thing pulling this down is actually the acting performances, which is strange.
I mean, this is one where I don't even feel as bad saying that because I don't like having to single out Poison Lady from the Wolverine, but I will.
Earmuff it.
But it is a little bit easier here to just say like, yeah, kind of everyone's doing a bad job. Like Maisie Williams is definitely the best, I think.
Still not like,
but not
award-winning performance or anything.
But by comparison, I think the biggest surprise for me on that front was Anya Taylor-Joy, who
is fantastic typically.
Yeah, but not when she gets in her like sword ass kicking mode. It's fun for sure.
Who doesn't have fun with that?
But it's the like anytime we're trying to have like a real moment with her, not anytime. Maybe there are a couple that land, but generally it feels it's almost, I kind of felt like this about every character. I realized it's almost as though every scene they're trying out different versions of their characters.
Just to audition and then eventually settle into one of them.
Yeah, like the accent shift a bit for certain characters. Like sometimes they're more or less aggressive.
You and I are both massive Stranger Things fans.
Yeah.
He's not very good here. He has an accent in this film that is very distracting. Yeah.
It was a choice.
Rest in peace to our light. It was a choice, but it's a choice I wish we could redo. But here's the thing. Overall, positive vibes because this movie, you think it's terrible and it's not.
And the thing about this movie that I appreciate, going back to Apocalypse, which I still think is kind of the... Apocalypse does something that I think a lot of... This is dangerous. A lot of Zack Snyder movies also do, which is like...
Oh boy.
Here
we go.
It just tells you how dramatic it is.
Yeah.
Without actually giving you any drama. It's just like...
War!
You can tell me...
I can feel it, or something like that.
It's always the same.
It's always the same.
You can tell me a million times that this is the most important thing that's ever happened.
And he has to touch a TV,
But of course. I mean, that's me every day. Just because...
Robbie comes home for his job. Hand on the TV.
Pain.
Oh, there's still so much pain.
But I think what I love about this movie, like contrasted to that, is that I did find myself caring what was going to happen from scene to scene, which feels like a low bar, but like I like that it's different enough. Like the genre that it's attempting feels really unique. Like they're actually doing some kind of horror movie things, and that creates one, like it allows them to operate on a smaller budget, but also to keep things consistently like suspenseful. Like it's just horror movie tricks, like what's coming behind or around the corner. But it's enough to where like when these movies can so often just turn into like CGI soup, and then you boil it down to what's coming around that corner, it's really refreshing. And I do think that had this movie come out at a different time, not been kind of like a lame duck film, and maybe had more intentionality behind it from the studio, I think it actually could have been pretty good. Like I think that the germ of an idea is there, but I have to imagine at that point it's like, we're putting this movie out. If people didn't watch Dark Phoenix, they're definitely not watching New Mutants.
You're right, and I lost my voice from doing the pain thing.
That's what it does.
Our episode on the New Mutants is available now wherever you get your podcasts. One film left in our X-Men rewatch. We'll see you next time on Friends from Work.